The GSF 2021 All-Star Draft is presented by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. GetSportsFocus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Weightsandbars.com. Build your home gym and shop locally from the Bay Area's best fitness equipment experts. Ike's Love and Sandwiches. Championship level sandwiches every single time. South Bay Construction. A reputation built on trust. And by Sunnyvale Fitness. And now, from the GSF studios at Sunnyvale Fitness, it's the GSF All-Star Draft Show.
Hello everybody, this is Alf Joaquin from GetSportsFocus, and today we're going to reveal the 2021 GSF All-Star list. And I got a surprise. We have one new member of the staff. You guys know this guy. You know him because he covers a lot of high school sports. Please welcome the Road Warrior, Ethan Castle. What's up, Ethan?
Thanks for having me. This is going to be a lot of fun.
For those people that doesn't know who you are, go ahead and give us an introduction about yourself.
So I've been covering high school sports for about 6 years now. Bay Area native, grew up watching a lot of high school games, got really immersed when I was in high school. I mainly write for prep2prep.com, but also have done some freelance work for the San Mateo Daily Journal, San Francisco Examiner. So I try to get around to a bunch of games, see as many teams as I can in person. Been a really fun season. Excited to do this All-Star Draft and recognize just a few of the many great players. There's so many more who didn't even make it.
And with his schedule, we are blessed to have him here. And there's a lot of people who love you, dude. I mean, kids talk about you, and it's amazing the kind of work that you do. And I really do appreciate you being here, because I know you're a busy guy. But we're gonna give you 2 sandwiches. At least we could do is hook them up with some free lunch, right?
Exactly, man.
So Ethan is gonna represent Team Hybrid, which is the third GSF team. And I will be representing GSF 5-Star. I got my shirt on with the 5-Star, GetSportsFocus. And coming back from spring, he's back! Coach Romero! Say hi.
How's it going? Excited to do this again. Thanks for having me again.
Oh, yeah. Well, Coach Romero is our Heroes 7-on-7 head coach, and we've been doing a lot of tryouts lately, evaluating players, so... But this actually kind of helped, right? This process.
Oh, yeah.
Getting to know some of the talents out there. So enough about us. Let's get to it. This was fun. We have 90 kids to recognize, and since Ethan is the new kid on the block, new guy on the block, you're still a kid. I feel like you're still like in your teens.
No, I mean, I'm 25. But.
Okay. Well, he's got the first pick. Okay. I got the second pick because last year I was the second pick. I would have been the first pick, but since we added a third team, I'm the second pick. And Coach Romero, who got the first pick last spring, is the third pick. I don't know if that makes sense. So, and we also did something extra. And I think we're going to start with the extra stuff. You guys want to start with the extra stuff, or you want to save it for last?
I think we'll save it for last.
We'll save it for last. Okay. All right, GSF All-Star Draft is our unique way to recognize players in the Bay Area. Ethan's been all over the place. I've kind of just been around this WCAL, but I have some knowledge of the East Bay. And Coach Romero, he's a football coach, so he knows more than us combined when it comes to putting together teams. But the main goal of this process is to recognize kids, players who are ballers. This is the All-Star Draft. We're drafting guys based on I'm drafting my guys based on what I've seen. I'm not sure about Coach Romero and Ethan. They're going to talk about that in a second. But for my team, I wanted to put together a team that is just pure all-star, like the big dogs, the stars, the superstars. And I think you'll see that. What was your goal, Ethan?
Well, I kind of used the same strategy I use in a fantasy baseball draft, where the first couple picks, I'll take a couple of just the best players available. Then from there, wanted to make sure to get guys at positions that are a little thinner, because there are some position groups where I knew that as we got deeper into the draft, there would still be good guys available.
Yes.
And then I also, since we have 30 spots on each team, put a bit of an emphasis on two-way players as well. And I also wanted to shed some light on maybe some guys that are a little under-recruited, under the radar, a couple of younger players, got a couple of sophomores on the roster, kids that you're going to hear a lot from in the next few years.
There's definitely a lot of those guys, and that's what I really like about this process, especially the linemen. They don't get a lot of love during the season, and this was our opportunity to extend that. And I think there are more linemen on this list than skilled guys, just because linemen are important, and when you're putting together a team,
You need 5 linemen.
Exactly. What was your goal, Coach Romero?
Just find the athletes, man. Just find the ones that are available. Just the ones that stand out on film. Guys that are gonna make plays for you. Just those type of guys. So that was my whole reason behind my team. Just playmakers, man.
And speaking of playmakers, just a little throwback from last spring when we did our GSF All-Star Draft. Coach Romero's first overall pick was Camilo Arquette from St. Francis, and I'm like, what? Seriously? You left Hassan, the Misal Mahasin, on the table? And come 2021 season, dude, he was right. Camilo is like,
that guy does it
Camilo's
all.
the guy.
He does it all, man.
yeah.
Defense, offense.
We'll get into that. So here we go. Drum rolls. With the first pick, Ethan Cathell. Take it away.
First off, just wanted to give a little disclaimer. I'm only picking CCS guys. There were a couple of city public school guys I was interested in, but the 30 guys I ended up with are all CCS. So with the first pick in the 2021 GetSportsFocus All-Star Draft, Team Hybrid selects Jurion Dickey, junior wide receiver and defensive back, Valley Christian.
My man. Well deserved.
Good
You're looking
pick.
at the highlights right now.
Good pick.
If you're watching this, there's no doubt Jurion's the best player in NorCal. Sorry to the other guys, but it's just the way it is. Did he have a good year? He had a pretty good year. But we're talking number 1 overall. So we're drafting based on
Potential, and a guy who, out of this list, I think he's the most likely to play on Sundays.
There you go. And with the second overall pick, the GSF All-Star selects Dominic Lampkin of the Sarah Padres. Yeah, that's my second pick. Or he's the second overall pick. My first pick. I picked Dominic Lampkin because Hassan is injured. But I do think that he is the most valuable player in the WCAL. Given the fact that Sarah is now in the state championship game against the number 1 team in the country, if you take Dominic Lampkin out of that team, they wouldn't even survive like CCS.
They do have some pretty good guys behind him in the depth chart, but he really ran the offense with composure as the season went on. And you can stick him in the secondary, too. I think he might, his future might be even brighter as a safety. He could lay dudes out.
And I was just at Sarah today, and there were colleges there watching practice, which was pretty amazing. I was like, I know that guy from somewhere. Oh, it's the Arizona coach. It was cool. So Dominic Lampkin, I would say if I had the first pick, I would have picked Jurion Dickey also. And my next guy was Dominic Lampkin because he's just a baller. 6'2", 190, 3-star quarterback, athlete from Sarah High School. Coach Romero, take it away.
Man, so my first pick was Jalen Moss from MA.
There you go.
Fresno State commit, 6'1", 175. He just stands out. Watch the film. It doesn't lie. He just breakaway speed, just athlete. So that's my first pick, man. And, it's a pretty exciting one, too.
4-star national recruit going to Fresno State. I think Dominic Lampkin is also a Fresno State recruit.
Oh, okay.
They've offered him. I think New Mexico. I know Illinois State's in on him.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. We're going to go through, let's go through the first 12. Right? Yeah? Who was your fourth overall, second pick?
For the 4th overall pick in the 2021 GetSportsFocus All-Star Draft, Team Hybrid selects Dominic Bacabella, tight end, defensive end, and linebacker from Midi. Now with Dom, there are a lot of great players at this spot, but Dom offers a lot at the tight end position, which there aren't too many big pass-catching tight ends in this class.
Yes.
And that you can play him at both defensive end and linebacker. Both as a high school and college player makes him really valuable. He's 6'4", 210 pounds. And even though Mitty had a rough season, he was on the highlights every week, made a lot of ridiculous catches, and just gets to the ball on defense every play as a pass rusher, run stopper, you name it.
I agree. He was the best player for Mitty, like, every single game. So, they're going to miss him. Yeah. Dominic Bacabella, congratulations. You're number 4 overall. All right, with the 5th overall pick, GSF All-Star selects Camilo Arquette. Yes! Class of 2022, beast mode, 6 foot, 205 pound, 2-star? Really? Damn. St. Francis. I think Camilo Arquette is really the most valuable player on that team because he was a returner, he was a beast on defense, and when they needed the short yardage, when they needed something on offense, he was the guy that they gave the ball to. What do you guys think?
The game against Menlo Atherton showed that he's valuable on both sides of the ball. You know, he'd been doing it on defense all year, but hadn't been getting as many carries. He did both that night and really showed why he's such a valuable player and why he's going to make some college coaches really happy.
Sorry, Coach Romero, I have to take him away.
He was gonna be my next pick, man. So I was kind of stumped on the next pick, but
But you have, your next pick was.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, the next pick is Jaden Rashada.
Number 6.
From Pitt, quarterback. I saw you pick your quarterback first. I was like, well, let me find a quarterback, and then and I hadn't really heard of Jaden Rashada. It just popped up somehow, and I started watching the film. Like, wow, he's on my team. That's my quarterback. So, yeah, I picked Rashada out of Pitt. Great football player, great athlete, and then I find out he's only a junior. And he's got a whole nother year to get better.
4-star.
Yeah, keep doing your thing, Jaden. Wow.
And I think too, which is interesting because you basically picked him because of my pick, and so that's the cool thing about this process is that we kind of have to adjust on the fly. Because I would have loved to pick Jurion, Bacabella, Moss, Rashada too. I could have 2 QBs, but yeah, that's a great pick. Moving on, number 7 overall.
With the 7th overall pick in the 2021 GetSportsFocus All-Star Draft, Team Hybrid selects Alex Bobadilla, junior center from St. Francis. Now, that whole St. Francis line, they were monsters all year. They were opening up holes. They were protecting 2 different QBs. But I noticed that there are a decent amount of good tackles. There are only a couple of centers that really stood out to me all year, and Alex was one of them. To have someone who's not just consistently able to get off good snaps, but block guys 6 yards downfield to open up holes for the run, made him my first lineman easily.
That's a big deal.
That's a great pick. He was on my board. And you're the first one to actually pick a lineman, which is cool, right? My pick, number 8 overall, GSF All-Star selects Cooper Flanagan from the De La Salle Spartans. He's a 4-star, 6'6", 240. He's going to Notre Dame. I like this kid. I saw him in 7-on-7s. I think he plays for KT Prep. He's really good. I'm not 100% sure of that. But I saw his huddle. I've seen him in person. And he's just one of those guys that could be playing on Sundays, right? He'll be at Notre Dame for a couple of years and boom, He'll get drafted high. Tight end, defensive end, also a linebacker. He hits hard. So he's number 8.
Well, my turn now. Number 9. It's a pick from last time. I have to have him on my team because he's just a stud. Nathan Elu from Sarah. And, we saw him live and direct. And
Yeah.
I'm just, kid's the real deal. And he's probably the best lineman I've seen on film, just from a technical aspect. I like him a lot. And Oregon State's got a good one. So I think that's where he's committed, right? Oregon State?
Oregon State,
that
yeah.
is correct.
Yeah, stud.
Even though Arizona was there today. But yeah. You know what's cool about Nathan too is like he's a really humble dude, and he's a very vocal leader on that line. And I mean, he's not the only one. That's the scary part.
Yeah.
He's bigger than Bakhtiari. Remember that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's an awesome pick. Great job.
All right, with the 10th overall pick in the 2021 GSF All-Star Draft, Team Hybrid selects Jeremiah Irby, 3-star wide receiver, cornerback, senior committed to Cal. Jeremiah's 6'2", 170 pounds. He's also got longer arms that really go with a guy who's more like 6'4", 6'5". He's a great deep threat. If you have him as your number 2 target to Jurion, you can just send him out deep every play like Torrey Smith used to do. Either he takes some of the attention off Jurion or he's open downfield for a surefire touchdown. And he's going to be playing corner in college where he's even better. Nobody throws on him. And if we were ever to have our teams play basketball too, he'd be starting in that. All-around athlete.
He's in basketball right now, right?
Yep.
He's playing. That's
So
awesome.
him and Jalen both.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's a great thing for the Cal Nation, the Bear Nation, whatever they're called, because Irby is super excited to be at Cal. Like every time I run into him, he's always wearing the Cal gear. He's always talking about I'm going to Cal and always giving Cal a shout out on camera. And I have like a collection of them. You'll probably see it like right now as we're showing his highlights. But yeah,
You see what it does for recruiting when you got kids that are excited about your program. And he's going to, every time, if MA played Friday, he was at another game Saturday. If they played Saturday, he was another game Friday. He knows everyone. He watches all the teams. He's going to be always in the film room. Great kid to have.
yeah. And with the 11th overall pick, GSF All-Star selects Drew as a party of the Sarah Padres. The second Padre to be a GSF 5-star. 6'5", 317. He's a 3-star offensive tackle, and he's going to San Diego State with Hassan the Missile Mahasin. That's my number 11. You took Elu. I took as a party. The other tackle on the other side. His brother plays college ball. He was part of
Idaho, I
2019.
believe.
Idaho.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And I'm excited for them. I think they can put up a fight and they can pull off an upset, man. So
That'd be crazy to see.
it will be the greatest upset in high school sports history. So with the 12th pick, go ahead, Coach Romero.
All right, so my first 3 picks, offense. We got to go defense side of the ball. I'm not sure if anyone picked defense here, right? Nobody, right?
Pick some two-way guys.
Okay.
Two-way, yeah.
All right, so I got the best defensive player in the Bay Area.
Yes, you do.
And we have to go Zeke Berry from De La Salle, 4-star recruit, just committed to Michigan. Yeah, watch the film. He's nasty on both sides of the ball. Running back, defensive back. I think he comes down a linebacker sometimes. So, yeah, he's definitely going to set a tone for my defense. I'm excited to have him on my team here that I just picked. So.
Man, you're ready to go. You know what? We're gonna go 3 more picks because I do want to get through the next 3.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool to just go through. Let's go 6. Okay, and then we'll get picky after that.
Okay.
We're good on time. We're still good on time. So go ahead, Ethan.
All right, with the 13th overall pick in the 2021 GSF All-Star Draft, Team Hybrid selects Matt McLeod, quarterback, Menlo Atherton. There were a lot of good QBs on the board.
Yes.
I took another later, spoiler alert, took a couple of guys who played QB in other positions, but Matt's a true QB, very high academic, been playing varsity ball since the playoffs his freshman year. A couple of the passes he threw in the CCS quarterfinal win over Salinas were just unbelievable. Some of the range he's got, some of the reads he makes, and the athleticism. He can run on scrambles, he can avoid sacks, and he's another, you want a leader at the QB position. He's a very vocal leader, very positive kid, and he's got the academic ability to go anywhere he wants.
If any, that was the most impressive part to me. I knew he was a baller, but when I finally saw him as a senior, I was like, dang, this dude is in command. And I'm happy for him. I mean, they had a pretty good year.
Very good year. I mean, rattle off, 9 wins in a row after dropping the first couple to good teams.
Offer up, people. Matt, the man. So who was my pick? The 14th overall pick. This guy was higher on my draft board. I was going to pick him maybe 2, but I needed to make some moves because of you guys' pick. But I can't even say his name. Atu Kifu of Reardon. 6'1", 295. I was super impressed when they played Sacred Heart Cathedral. I mean, this dude was a monster. He's like a Vita Vea. I think he could do some damage at the next level. He might be going to City College. He might be going to CSM, but for the most part, this is a very athletic big guy. And he is the 14th overall pick for this year's draft. You're on my team, Kifu.
I gotta check this guy out.
He's for real.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So, number 15 pick. I went Jake Ripp, linebacker from Los Gatos. I believe he was the MVP of the De Anza division.
Yeah.
Commit to Boise State.
Boise.
I was impressed with him last year, and he was on my team last year too. I was had to pick him again if he was available, and I did. Great linebacker. It reminds me of some of the past great linebackers that Los Gatos had, like Kiko, guys like that. So they just get guys over there. It's crazy. I don't know what they feed those kids in Los Gatos.
Something's in the water. No, Los Gatos had a great year, and they were so close.
Yeah.
So close.
It's tough. The open's tough. Yeah.
All right. Congratulations, Jake. You are a two-time GSF All-Star. All right. Moving on. Number 16.
All right. With the 16th overall pick of the 2021 GSF All-Star Draft, Team Hybrid selects Viliamiteu, running back, St. Francis.
A.K.A. Juju.
He had such an amazing year, the 344-yard performance in the regular season finale against Sarah. He was well over 200, nearing 300 against Bellarmine as well. You give him a hole and he's gone. And he can be a power back too when he needs to be. He ran over a couple of dudes in that first meeting with Sarah. And it took, Sarah had to throw everything at him to slow him down when they played a second time. And even though he pretty much exclusively played on offense, it got to the point where a guy this good still on the board, gotta take him.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was impressed when I saw him against Aptos. I was shooting from the top, and I got a good angle, and I saw his side steps, his jab step. I was like, that's next level stuff. And I'm happy for him because he now holds the record at St. Francis. That's going to be tough to break.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Even for a team that runs the ball as much as they did, to think about how many good backs
he
had to outshine to get that record in the first place. Pretty amazing.
St. Francis running backs, I mean, they've had some good ones in the past few years.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, for the 17th overall pick, I picked Joseph Finley from Palma High School. 6'6", 235. He is a basketball player turned tight end, and I think he could play college ball. Why? Because he's physical, and he's got the attitude for it. He kind of reminds me of a young Christian Pedersen from Sarah, the one who graduated last spring. And I mean, talk about being physical. I mean, a lot of their touchdowns are on his side. It happened on this side because he was super physical. It's just unfortunate that he's under recruited. I don't know why, but hopefully this will help. You're probably watching his film right now on this video, but Joseph Finley can play tight end at the next level, and he just needs a shot. And so he's not ranked. He doesn't have any stars, but he is my 17th overall pick. Yes.
So Al, are you running a double tight formation because you got 2 tight ends?
Yes. I'm doing the Stanford deal.
Intellectual
You're
brutality.
gonna be motioning and shifting.
Because I will touch it, even though you're gonna announce your pick, and then we'll skip around.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you guys a couple of questions about the rest of your All-Star. I mean, you guys are gonna see the list anyway, so it's not a secret. But there's a couple of questions that I want to ask these guys, and there's a couple of guys that I want to talk about. But yeah, I mean, basic offense.
Yeah. Okay. I see you. Well, with my 18th pick, man, I can't believe this guy was still here.
I know.
What a stud!
I missed him.
What a stud! You left him,
I left him. I'm sorry,
man.
Mrs. Glenn. Oh.
So we got picked Luther
Spoiler
Glenn.
alert.
Luther Glenn from Wilcox. I've been following him. You know, like I said last time, for a few years, but man, he's having a great season, great playoffs. I mean, he's just unstoppable. I watched the highlights to the Manteca game. I can't believe that. I mean, that's a NorCal championship game, and he made those kids look. I don't even want to say it, but
The week before against Menlo, too. Just blew by everyone.
jeez.
You know what I like about Luther? He's entertaining to watch.
Yeah,
You
he's
know.
it's a fun back to watch for sure.
And he loves. I don't know if he loves the camera, but he's really good on camera. He's got like this playful personality. You know, that whole thing is like, it's so easy. I mean, I'm running with that all the way to the bank. You know, as soon as he scores his first touchdown, he already knows what to do. He'll look at the camera, like, it's so easy.
Good
And all
defensive player, too.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a quarterback at the next level.
Yeah.
But somebody needs to give him a shot.
No matter where you put him, he's going to make plays.
Yeah. So I made a claim during the highlights against Manteca that Luther Glenn is the best running back in the CCS. And I stand 100% behind that. Because I know there's Teo, I know there's GI from Sarah, and there's a couple other running backs. But
You might catch some
can
heat
you
for that comment,
imagine
man.
Luther? Huh?
You might catch some heat for that comment.
Hey! They're not far off. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Luther Glenn, I think, is the best.
It's a great pick.
I want to see how other backs would fare in that Veer system and how Luther would fare in other systems. I think that would really be the test.
Let's see, Luther's got the breakaway speed. He's super quick, and he's not afraid to run over people, and he's not afraid to go around people. So, and he's just a dog.
I think he could fit into any system.
Yeah.
So.
Did I count 6 touchdowns?
Counted 6 on my mama. Yes, sir. Hey, it's too easy on my mama. Come on now. Hey, shout out to my lineman though.
Hey,
Shout out to the lineman.
Was it easy?
It was easy.